Split is the latest thriller written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars James McAvoy as a character called Kevin who has multiple personalities, one of which has captured 3 young girls for a purpose we later find out. The film also stars Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in The Witch. She stars as a character called Casey, who is kind of the leader of this young group of girls. First things first, the trailer makes this film look like it's a heart-pounding, blood-pumping, non-stop thriller, which to an extent some of it is, but this is far more cerebral, far more psychological than other thrillers out there. That does obviously mean that the pacing is a little off with this film. Now that doesn't bother me, I was just so encapsulated by these characters that it didn't bother me so much, but other people I can understand would get impatient with this film. I do think there are maybe one too many therapy sessions in this film, and also there are flashbacks which happen sporadically through the film, and although they are necessary, they kind of occur at random times. It doesn't feel like it serves any purpose in the actual main storyline. That's me nitpicking though, because I absolutely loved Split. I think McAvoy is magnetic in this film. He gives one of the best performances of his career, playing several different characters that really are so different from each other. They all have nuances and character quirks that really do separate them, and he's clearly having a lot of fun in this film. I think the cinematography and the camera work in this film is fantastic too. There's a lot of symmetry in the wider shots, which is quite ironic considering the subject matter, and then there are a lot of close-up, extreme close-up shots that really allow you to see into the eyes of the characters, and you can see the terror, you can see their thought process, and it's really, really interesting, especially when you get the close-ups of James McAvoy's character. I think the score is also really fitting. It doesn't really intrude, it's just there to help build tension. With all that said, there's one thing in particular that I absolutely have to talk about, and I couldn't possibly do this review without talking about it. So this is going to be spoiler territory. Full spoilers from here on out. Towards the end of the film, Visions, a piece of music by James Newton Howard from the Unbreakable soundtrack, starts to play. And it's great for me because I'd watched Unbreakable recently, completely disconnected from Split, disconnected from M. Night Shyamalan. I just wanted to watch a good movie, and I watched Unbreakable for like the 65th time. And there's an almost Marvel Easter egg as the very last scene in a diner where James McAvoy's character, because of the stuff he's done in this film, which I'm not going to spoil, he is referred to as the Horde. There's a woman in the diner who says that it reminds her of this guy in a wheelchair from 15 years back. What's his name? And the camera pans up, and it's Bruce Willis at this diner, and he gives her the information. He says, Mr. Glass. That validates a lot of issues that people have, myself included, with this film, because there is a certain thing that happened. I've already spoiled this Unbreakable thing, so I'm not going to spoil anything else about the movie, but there's a certain thing that happens in this movie to Kevin, to James McAvoy's character, and he begins a metamorphosis of sorts. And a lot of it is very questionable in terms of believability, and I'm aware that in thrillers and movies of this nature you do have to suspend your disbelief in order to take it all in, but they try and make it so realistic that when this stuff happens, you question it and you think that this is kind of shit, this is kind of stupid. But the fact that this is not really a psychological thriller, this is a supervillain origin story, validates everything, and it starts to fill in the blanks as you think about the movie again. So the fact that this takes place in the Unbreakable universe is fantastic, and it really, really excites me to see what M. Night's going to do next. But as I said, it also makes this film better. Overall, Split is a gripping and intriguing film that falters every now and then, but overall I think it's a fantastic experience. I'm so thrilled that it's connected to Unbreakable, and I can't wait for what M. Night does next. And it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. Split absolutely gets an A. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please click thumbs up. If you've got something to say, leave a comment down below, and if you want to see more, please hit subscribe. Thanks a lot.